This is 1355, the 2021 Chrome 3-team random. Let's see how many times we're going to randomize it. 7 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alrighty. We've got those teams loaded. Let's see what we've got right here. We might still be going when you get up, Curtis. Brandon Lowe of the Tampa Bay Rays going to Lucas. Following that up with Gleyber Torres of the Yankees. Then we have a silver Cabrian Hayes RC of the Pittsburgh Pirates going to Shannon, and David Peterson of the Mets headed to Steven. Zach Greinke of the Astros, Joey Votto of the Reds, a Cardinals Dylan Carlson 35th anniversary edition RC, and that is heading to Curtis, followed by JT Realmuto of the Phillies. Javier Baez of the Cubs, Whit Merrifield of the Kansas City Royals, a Future Stars Dylan Cease of the Chicago White Sox headed to Phil, followed up by a Kevin Biggio of the Toronto Blue Jays. We haven't in like the last probably 6 months. Back when like the new prisms and stuff were coming out, I think when daylight savings hit, we went to 5 a.m. Alex Bregman of the Astros, Braylon Marquez RC of the Chicago Cubs going to Mr. CEO, followed by a Mike Moustakas of the Cincinnati Reds, silver right there, followed by a Willie Adams of the Rays. Eric Hosmer of the San Diego Padres, Bryce Harper of the Phillies, the Gio Urshela right there of the New York Yankees, with that looks like kind of like a hyper, headed to Steven, followed up by Trevor Bauer of the Reds. The William Contreras RC of the Atlanta Braves going to Curtis, followed up by Manny Machado of the Padres. Then we have a baseball Puerto Rico Juan Gonzalez of the Texas Rangers. That's a cool card right there, headed to Mr. CEO. And then we got a little bit of Luis Castillo of the Reds. Luis Arez of the Twins, followed by Lance McCullers of the Astros, and Anderson Tejada RC of the Texas Rangers to Mr. CEO, followed by Dallas Keuchel of the White Sox. We have a Sam Huff RC of the Texas Rangers going to Mr. CEO, followed by Wilson Ramos of the Mets, Kyle Tucker of the Astros, and Wilson Contreras of the Cubs. We have Dalton Varsho of the Arizona Diamondbacks, followed by a Tristan McKenzie. Tristan McKenzie, RC of the Cleveland Guardians, and that is out of 199. Nice hit right there to Mr. CEO. And then we have a Ryan Mountcastle of the Orioles. Ryan Mountcastle of the Orioles. And then a Ryan Yarbrough of the Tampa Bay Rays. That hit draft, if it fills, we're looking probably right around 2 a.m. for that, though I think we're moving a little quicker now. So Andrew McCutchen of the Phillies, followed by Jake Cronenworth of the San Diego Padres. That's that variation right there. A future, and that's headed to Phil. A Devin Williams, future stars of the Milwaukee Brewers, and that is going to be headed to Shannon. Following that up with a Juan Soto of the Washington Nationals. Jorge Alfaro of the Marlins, followed by Sherton Apostle of the Texas Rangers to Mr. CEO. And then an Adonis Medina Silver RC of the Philadelphia Phillies going to Lucas. And Christian Pache of the Atlanta Braves headed to Curtis. Actually, probably more like 130 based on how quick we're moving now. AJ Pook of the Athletics, Justin Verlander of the Astros, that hyper of the Oakland Athletics, Marcus Seaman, headed to Lucas, following up with Starling Marte of the Miami Marlins. Chris Archer of the Pirates, followed by Willie Castro of the Detroit Tigers, and then a baseball Fernando Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres heading to Phil right there. And then we have Joey Bart, RC of the San Francisco Giants, going to Steven. We're just over halfway through this break. Awesome, Coda. Thrilled to hear it. I don't know if that'll go tonight, but if it gets moving, it will. A little certified football, pick your team. If not, I'm sure it will go. Oh, wow, and that plates and patches hit draft sold out already. Incredible. Lourdes Girl of the Blue Jays, Kevin Newman of the Pirates, a Yu Darvish Silver of the Cubs right there, heading to Mr. CEO, followed by Yordan Alvarez of the Houston Astros. And we will get that hit draft loaded up here on the schedule in a couple minutes. Chris Bubik of the Kansas City Royals RC headed to Curtis, followed by Evan Longoria of the San Francisco 49ers. Then we have a 35th anniversary edition, Joe Adele of the Los Angeles Angels to Shannon. And then an Adalberto Mondesi of the Kansas City Royals. Casey Mize RC of the Detroit Tigers headed to Mr. CEO, Will Smith of the Dodgers, and an online redemption card. An online redemption card of Sam Huff, a rookie auto. We're going to give that the boom, boom, booms of the Texas Rangers to Mr. CEO. And then we have a Yadier Molina of the St. Louis Cardinals. Miguel Marcell Ozuna of the Atlanta Braves, followed by a Christian Javier RC of the Houston Astros, headed to Steven. And that's going to be that purple out of $2.99, followed by a silver Kyle Lewis of the Mariners and Hyun-Jin Ryu of the Blue Jays. We have Andres Jimenez of the Mets right there, RC, going to Steven, followed up by Ramon Laureano of the Oakland Athletics, what looks like a hyper Carlos Santana of the Kansas City Royals, and then we have Mike Clevenger of the Padres. Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Trevor's Story, followed by Nick Montagrill of the White Sox. And then we have a Promesio Power, Rafael Devers of the Boston Red Sox. And that's headed to Mr. CEO right there. Very nice hit. Nice hit right there. Followed up by Max Kepler of the Minnesota Twins. And we got about 4 packs left, I believe. 4 packs after this one. Brady Singer RC of the Kansas City Royals to Curtis. Following that up with the blue David Dahl out of 75 of the Colorado Rockies to Mr. CEO. And then we're going to have a Pirates 35th Anniversary Edition, Brian Hayes, followed by Victor Robles of the Washington Nationals. And we have 4 packs left, including this one. Chris Sale of the Red Sox, Nick Castellanos of the Reds. And then we have an Evan White auto of the Seattle Mariners headed to Curtis. Nice hit right there. Following that up with an Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. Then we're going to have a Sixto Sanchez RC of the Miami Marlins going to Steven. Following that up with Walker Buehler of the Dodgers, Kwang Hyun Kim of the St. Louis Cardinals, and then Evan White of the Seattle Mariners RC headed to Curtis. Dylan Weathers RC of the San Diego Padres going to Phil, followed up by John Means of the Orioles, and then a Dylan Carlson Hyper of the St. Louis Cardinals going to Curtis, followed by Jeff McNeil of the Mets. Carlos Correa of the Astros, followed by Ruft Odor of the Rangers. Then we have a Future Stars Luis Robert of the White Sox, and another, this one, the variation Luis Robert of the White Sox as well. Alrighty, let's rock and roll through these rookies. Luis Robert, Future Stars, followed by a Hyper Dylan Carlson of the Cardinals, Ryan Weathers of the Padres, Evan White of the Mariners, Sixto Sanchez of the Marlins, Brian Hayes with that 35th anniversary edition of the Pittsburgh Pirates, followed by Brady Singer of the Royals, Nick Montagrill of the White Sox, Andres Jimenez of the Mets, the purple Christian Javier out of $2.99, followed by Casey Mize of the Detroit Tigers, 35th anniversary edition Joe Adele of the Angels, Chris Bubik of the Kansas City Royals, followed by Joey Bart of the San Francisco Giants, Christian Pache of the Atlanta Braves, Adonis Medina of the of the Philadelphia Phillies, followed by Shirt and Apostle of the Rangers. Future stars Devin Williams of the Brewers, Jake Cronenworth of the Padres, the 35th anniversary edition Ryan Mountcastle of the Orioles, a Tristan McKenzie out of 199 of the Cleveland Guardians to Mr. CEO, Dalton Varsho of the Diamondbacks, Sam Huff of the Rangers, Anderson Tejada of the Rangers, William Contreras of the Braves, Braylon Marquez of the Cubs, future stars Dylan Cease of the White Sox, the Dylan Cease 35th anniversary edition of the Cardinals, David Peterson of the Mets, and Brian Hayes of the Pirates. And now our two featured cards. We have the Sam Huff redemption for Mr. CEO right there, and then the Evan White auto of the Seattle Mariners going to Curtis. And with that, we are done with break 1355. Done with break 1355. We will be right back with the 2021, or with the Donruss football Pick Your Division.